Namaste, Marcus here again, and today we're just going to talk a little bit about what's happening at the moment for a lot of people. Things can be a bit challenging at this time of the year, although it is the time of light coming into our lives, especially here in the northern hemisphere where it's now winter time. And because it's winter's a time of drawing in, of resting, of bringing in all the things from what's come before and preparing you for the spring that's coming in the springtime. So it's very much a withdrawal time, a focusing time, thinking, conserving your energy, and yet planning for what's bursting forth in the spring. So I tend to do that a lot in this time of year. I tend to slow down a bit, contract, try and be as quiet as I can, which isn't easy for me, being a Gemini from Liverpool, not easy at all. And it's a time that lots of several religions have festivals of light, and I've done a video on the Bain clan about this in the past. But it basically, we've recently had Diwali, which is a Hindu festival of light, bringing light into the world. We are going to have, just before Christmas, the Jewish festival of Hanukkah, and shortly after that there's a Christian festival of Christmas, the birth of Christ, the light coming into the world. Now, excuse me, any Muslims, if I've missed something out in your faith, I will have to look that up. I've actually been able to find anything on the Muslim calendar. Doesn't mean that there isn't. So excuse and forgive if there's anything I've missed. But the three religions I've mentioned, and there's probably a lot more, who celebrate the Festival of Light. And what are we celebrating? We're celebrating light coming into the world. In the Christian calendar, the light of Christ, consciousness coming into the world. In the Jewish calendar, the lighting of lights. And it's all about a blessing that was given to the Israelites in the Bible, and a miracle. And what we get from this is the fact that in this darkness, in this winter time for in the northern hemisphere, in this winter time when we're withdrawing and we're contracting into ourselves, as I say, ready to burst forth in the spring, at this time we're actually needing a lot more light. We're needing to, because we're closing down, we need this light more and more actually. And it's also lighting up our way ahead for the spring. So it gives us that glimpse of what's coming. Now, this year is a very, very special year. It's 2019. And we're leading up to now, you're all probably aware, there's a portal just opened a few days ago on the 4th or 5th of December. That is the last portal of the year, obviously. And there's not another one, I don't think, till July. I could be wrong. But this portal has just opened, has been blasting us with this new type of light that during our ascension processes we've had over the last few years. I don't know about before that, because I wasn't that tuned to it, to be honest, until a few years back. But during the last few years of ascension light processes that we've been blessed and blissed out with, it's been different degrees of light and different degrees of changes. And at this present time, leading into the end of the year, we're actually being hit with a big influx of, I call it divine light, and it's changing us into this, what I've always phrased, I've coined the phrase for far as I'm concerned, human beings being human. So this is the change that we're going through, human beings becoming this new human being, a human who wants to be a proper human, a human being. Anyway, enough about that. But the fact is that as we're starting to become this new human being next year, possibly between January and March, when a lot of changes are going to be occurring next year, that's like the time when we're just going to flip. I like the way you say that. See that? Flip, like that. Flip. We're just going to turn over totally. And all these influxes of light that we've been having, all these purifications we've been going through these last few years and few months especially, all these things that we've been drawing out of ourselves and letting go of, and some of course lots and lots and lots and lots of pain for a lot of people. A lot of people have really found it difficult, me included at times, but I'm very blessed. But a lot of people have found it incredibly difficult these last few months especially, because we're getting rid of the oldest of old stuff from thousands of lifetimes sometimes. Old stuff that we need to let go of if we want to get lighter and lift up and become enlightened human beings. And we've let go of most of this stuff now, and those that are going to anyway. We've let go of most of this stuff, and what's happening is we're going to change quite a lot in the first 3 months of the year. Some of you, like myself, have probably already noticed the changes. What used to be, for argument's sake, let's pick something, things that used to be a real problem, in 3D life for me at times, like the phone not working, the broadband, things like this. You get on the phone, oh, this is terrible. And things in 3D life now I just take with a pinch of salt, a lot easier. I'm finding it's a lot easier to understand how important the non-important things are, really, and how important the important things are. I've always said that the most important thing is love, and my dear wife and I are very blessed because our motto is all you need is love, and it's a very true concept. And if you try and live your life like that, you'll be amazed at what you can bring in for yourselves and how much love you can attract. And you have to mean it. It's not just writing it on the wall. You have to really mean it. You have to say in your heart. You have to be there, and you have to live that type of life. And things will change dramatically for you if you do that, if you can do that, in a nice way. And a lot of you will notice what I've just said, that everything will seem sort of easier. Everything will be less hassle. Everything will be, so what? So what if that does happen? We're going to be okay. It's difficult as human beings to understand the bigger picture, especially when you're having trouble in the smaller picture that your life is living in. But we do have to do that. We do have to think about the bigger picture for humanity, for the soul that is humans. I was going to say man, but you can't say man anymore, so I don't know what to say. So we won't say anything about that. But we're changing, and that's all that matters. And the thing is, what's happening now is we've got to be able to let go and move up, and in the new year we're all going to see lots of big changes in our lives, in the world, in how we live our lives. So try hard to stay in your heart, give off lots of light into the world as much as you can, and see how your life is changing for the better because of it. the season of light and love. And those beings of light and love that watch over us each and every day, they're just happy to see us like this, in that blissful state. This is what Nirvana is supposed to be like. Being blissful. We should be like that in life. Not just afterlife. In this life. We weren't brought here to be miserable. We were brought here to be a reflection of the true oneness of all things. And that is only love. Anyway, it's enough for now. So, have a nice holiday season, whichever you celebrate, whether it's Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever it is that you like to celebrate the light with, do that, enjoy it, and have a good week, and have a good end to the year, and a very, very fabulous beginning to the next year. Next year is the biggest one we've come across up to date in the history of mankind, or personkind, or whatever we're supposed to call it now. So, enjoy it, live it, love it. Live the life you love, and love the life you live. Namaste.